ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
A group of Maine repair shop owners delivered signatures to Maine Secretary of State to get the right to repair referendum on the ballot in 2023. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. The federal government has announced it will move forward with reviewing plans for the nation's first floating offshore wind research array located in the Gulf of Maine. And Bangor schools are introducing a new emergency alert system. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan. Happy Friday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across the Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. So here we go. Winter storm warnings are in effect, along with winter weather advisories. Both of these will last until about 5 o'clock tonight, with snowfall that will be moving in with total snow accumulations of around 4 to 8 inches, and we'll get 3 to 5 inches of that throughout the daytime today. On top of that, we have wind. This right here is a small craft advisory that's in effect, and that'll last until 7 a.m. for you Saturday. Gusty winds will stir up the ocean here yet again. But here's a look at the radar, watching a lot of the snow moving in now with more development off toward the west and going toward the east. This right here is why the totals went way up, and now they're thinking 4 to 8 inches with all this that'll be moving through. Let's zoom things out. More action off toward the west, moving toward the east. We'll keep this going for most of the daytime periods today, waiting till later this evening for the snow to start to get out of here. So I have to wait till about 8 o'clock or so for things to clear out of here. And look at this, even some breaks in the clouds overnight tonight with sunshine to start things off as we head into your Saturday. So here's the wind. So the wind will be out in the north in general at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gradually and slowly backing off as we head towards your Saturday as well. So 29 degrees, still likely an additional 3 to 5 inches today, with that north wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, plenty of snow showers on the way, with temperatures overall in the 20s and a little breezy in a few spots as well. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. The Maine Emergency Management Agency is tracking the storm, and the agency has some important reminders for you. They say if the power goes out, Mainers are reminded to make sure alternative heating and power sources are in good working condition and they have been installed properly. MEMA Public Information Officer Vanessa Corson says that anyone that is driving should also allow extra time, and travelers should let someone know where they are going before they hit the road.
Storm, we're not so concerned about power outages or down tree limbs. In this case, we're more concerned about the commute. So first, you need to determine, is it worth leaving the house? You need to heed the warning of your local authorities. If you have a planned obligation, call ahead and see if it's even happening. If it is, then determine your risk. Is it worth going?
MEMA put out a list of things that everyone should have in their vehicle's emergency kit. The list includes a flashlight with new batteries, a first aid kit, ice scraper and shovel, a bag of kitty litter to help with traction if you get stuck, and a set of jumper cables. The emergency kit should also include water, warm clothes or a blanket, a cell phone charger, toolkit, and reflective triangles, or a flare to signal for help. You can visit MEMA's website to find a list of municipal warming centers and other important storm safety information. There's an update on the potential whereabouts of Graham Lacker, who's been missing since he walked out of the Dorothea Dick Psychiatric Center in June. A post on the Facebook page Missing Graham Lacker states that there have been 2 possible sightings of the missing man this month. According to a post, a woman who knew Graham from a few years ago reported she thought she saw him crossing the Gardner-Randolph Bridge in early January. Another man reported seeing him crossing the bridge into Gardner around the same time. Family members and volunteer searchers have been looking around the area, including the old narrow gauge walking trail in Randolph. For more information or to report any potential sightings, go to the Facebook page Missing Graham Lacker. A group of Maine repair shop owners delivered signatures to Maine Secretary of State to get the right to repair referendum on the ballot in 2023. Our Devin Dagnalt has the story.
This right to repair bill is not just for the independent repair shops, it's also for the do-it-yourselfers out there.
A group of Maine independent repair shop owners, employees, and general supporters submitted over 70,000 signatures for Maine's right to repair bill.
In order to update the law for new technology, we passed a referendum in Massachusetts 2 years ago and are looking to do that in Maine to ensure that consumers have the ability to take their car where they choose for their repairs.
Tommy Hickey, the director of the Right to Repair Coalition, says that automotive companies have put measures in place for the computers in new vehicles that make it so only dealerships and the car manufacturers can access diagnostics that will allow them to make repairs. The Right to Repair bill is being introduced as a way to level the playing field and make it so independent repair shops can also access that information.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating for technicians all across the state. And if you talk to anyone who's running a shop or any technician who's trying to fix vehicles today, as they get to these newer and newer vehicles, it becomes harder and harder to get the information they need in order to help customers.
According to Tim Winkler, the president and CEO of VIP Tires and Service, the movement has received overwhelming support from the public, and he expects the same support if the bill makes it to the ballot in November.
We're going to work through the legislative process. As you know, we have about 7 months to educate those folks. We hope they pass it, and if not, we're ready to take this to the ballot in 2023.
In Augusta, Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The federal government has announced it will move forward with reviewing plans for the nation's first floating offshore wind research array. It's located in the Gulf of Maine. It features patented technology developed by the University of Maine. The floating offshore wind research array is proposed to include 10 to 12 turbines on semi-submersible floating concrete platforms. A statement says the array will foster cutting-edge research on how floating offshore wind interacts with the marine environment, fishing industry, shipping, and navigation. Natural Resources Council of Maine Climate Clean Energy Director Jack Shapiro says, quote, using technology built right here in Maine and guided by the best available research and data, we can generate clean, reliable electricity, create thousands of good-paying jobs for Maine people, and protect the Gulf of Maine's unique ecosystem and the people and wildlife that depend on it. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the Bangor Humane Society needs something, and they're hoping you can help. We've got the details when we return.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out. If you wait too long to hire a lawyer, it may hurt your case. Call the twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry and Associates watched out for me and got me $150,000.
Find meaningful work in behavioral health care, like Shelby, who works in multiple settings caring for children with a background of trauma.
I was motivated to join the behavioral health field because I had decided that I was going to advocate for children with similar backgrounds to my own. As a younger person, I find that the most rewarding part of my job as a behavioral health professional is the emotional gratification in seeing my clients succeed.
Learn more about compassionate careers at caringforme.org.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
I tried everything to remove fabric odors, but my clothes still smelled. Until I finally found new Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Just add to your fabric softener tray. It doesn't just cover odors, it helps remove them up to 3 times better than detergent alone. Try new Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Kwang Li Chinese Restaurant in Pittsfield has a wide selection of tasty dishes, including poo-poo for 2 with rice, General Tao chicken, sesame chicken, beef teriyaki, and more. They are just minutes from Interstate 95 Pittsfield exit.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Bangor schools are introducing a new emergency alert system in an effort to keep students and teachers safe. David Ledford has the story.
As the latest step in ongoing safety efforts, the Bangor School Department announced the launch of a new emergency alert system. The department partnered with Centegix, an incident response group, to provide all staff at each of the schools in the department with wearable badges that can alert police faster than a 911 call. When a staff member activates their badge, strobe lights throughout the schools change color, and an intercom message is played to alert everyone in the building. Bangor students have shared how they feel about the recent change.
Obviously, it's not something we ever want to have to use, but knowing that it's there if it were ever necessary is really important. Speaking for me and all of my classmates, we're just really grateful to have this new security system to keep us safe at school.
The Bangor School Department is the first in the state to implement this system. According to Ray Finney, the Director of Community Relations and Safety for the Bangor School Department, this new system is essential for preventing school incidents.
Each time that there's a school shooting, communities always go into the grieving process. And anything that we can do to help minimize the effects of those types of violence in our schools are things that we see beneficial.
Finney says the badges are connected to sensors throughout the buildings, which allow police to respond within 1.5 to 3 minutes, all with the press of a button. According to Superintendent James Tager, the department spent around $409,000 for a 5-year contract with Centegix. But the improved safety that comes with that cost is priceless.
The cost to me, obviously we have school budgets, but I think the cost to me for peace of mind was worth every cent that we're paying.
In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Bangor Humane Society needs the public's help in keeping up with the demands of their operation during the chilly winter months. Bangor Humane Society says their current level of staffing, coupled with the need to frequently launder bedding items for health and hygiene purposes, means they have a serious need for more blankets. They say they don't have enough staff to keep up with the always high level of laundry and also frequently need to throw out bedding altogether. Staff say they run through supplies very quickly.
The weather is colder, and of course kennels are largely cement for the dogs, and even though we keep the building as warm as we can, cement gets cold, and especially for our older dogs or dogs that maybe are recovering from surgical procedures, they need to be warm and cozy. So this is the time when we go through lots of blankets.
Ravenscraft says they are always in need of both dog and cat toys. There's also an increased need for canned cat and dog food. You can make a donation through the website, or you can drop off donations outside of the shelter. If you live or shop in Ellsworth area, a new place to dine is set to open. Crazy Sumo, a hibachi-style restaurant, has taken over where Denny's used to be. They're planning to have an invite-only soft opening tonight. They've been training staff and doing finishing touches all week. Steaks will be the main focus of the menu, but will feature seafood, vegetarian, and sushi items as well. The owners tell us they're planning for their grand opening to take place sometime next week. After the break, some student athletes are having a mental health crisis. We'll take a look when we return.
Having a floor that fits your lifestyle is something we take for granted. It's not just about picking the right style and color, it's about so much more. Whether you live near the water, in the city, in the woods, have pets, or even kids. Here at Don DeKel Maine Wood Floors, we will help you choose a floor that you'll not only love, but a floor that will last. With quality name brands like Maine Traditions, Hallmark, Fusion, and so much more. Buy from the best, forget the rest with Don DeKel Maine Wood Floors.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Blackstream Excavation Services, Comfort Shoes and More, Foxy Hair Design, Overhead Door Company of Bangor, Tucker Auto Repair, and Ye Old General Store.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full-picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
President Joe Biden is addressing the classified documents found at his private home and office for the first time since a special counsel was appointed to look into the case. It comes as House Republicans are ramping up their own investigations into those Biden documents. The White House is blasting their inquiries as politically motivated. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the latest.
We found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place.
For the first time since a special counsel was appointed to look into the classified documents found at his home and office, President Biden addressing the investigation while surveying storm damage in California.
We have a serious problem here we're talking about what's going on, and the American people don't quite understand why you don't ask me questions about that. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there. Thank you.
The president's comments in line with what his White House is saying, promising to cooperate with newly appointed special counsel Robert Hur's investigation. But the administration also blasting Republican-led inquiries into the documents in Congress as politically motivated.
Are you satisfied with the way your team is handling the documents?
House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer now zeroing in on the Penn Biden Center, the office in Washington where the first pages of classified documents were discovered. The committee probing their donors and requesting the center's visitors logs. Republicans also vowing to look into the administration's transparency and why the initial discovery of classified documents in November was first made public in January after the midterm elections.
This is why there's such hypocrisy behind the Bidens, once again, something big that comes forward prior to an election where they kind of keep it quiet, where the American public could actually have a say.
Now the White House is hitting back, saying Republicans showed little interest in investigating the reams of classified documents seized by the FBI at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago. That case has its own special counsel, which is proceeding with its investigation.
And now to the mental health crisis facing today's student athletes. The pressures of balancing sports, school, and life, particularly during the pandemic, can be a lot for teens and young adults. Experts say while the stakes of competing and winning are high for college players, and the mental and emotional strain can be even bigger challenge for high school athletes. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more.
I think I'm going to take a break from playing for a while.
Mental and emotional health in sports has taken center stage in recent years, with star athletes like Simone Biles, Naomi Osaka, and Ricky Williams sharing their struggles with fans. But it's not just professional players. Many colleges are now providing their teams mental health resources. But Dr. Laura Erickson-Schroth, Chief Medical Officer at the Jet Foundation, says high school athletes need support too.
I think we tend to think of it as more of a problem for college athletes when there's more intense competition. But high school sports have been changing quite a bit.
Dr. Erickson-Schroth says today's high school athletes are under more pressure from adults, and college recruitment can start as young as sophomore year, meaning some teen athletes are missing out on a lot of typical high school experiences. But moms and dads can help.
Parents can do a lot to support young people. And one of the most important things is being open from the beginning, from when children are young, that everyone has emotions, that they deal with their own difficulties, that they have coping skills.
And emphasizing that it's not just about winning.
Sports also help to build community, to build leadership skills, to navigate challenges that come up in life. So it doesn't matter if they win or lose. It's that they're building their character and they're taking care of their bodies.
And parents can encourage their kids to explore other interests outside sports. The doctor says coaches can also support their players by being open about mental health challenges they might face.
A lot of young people are dealing with bullying, having to do with things like their sexual orientation, their gender identity, their race, things like that. And coaches can make sure it's clear that that's not tolerated on their teams.
Erickson Schroth says it's also important to emphasize the positives of youth sports, including the mental and emotional benefits that come from physical activity.
A healthy diet alone can lower your risk for several diseases. For dementia, it may need to be combined with other lifestyle choices. ABC's Jay O'Brien offers tips to improve your well-being.
Researchers from Lund University in Sweden analyzed healthy eating and risk for dementia. They looked at a healthy diet that followed standard nutritional guidelines and the Mediterranean diet, which consists of legumes, vegetables, and low amounts of red meat and dairy. After following participants for 20 years, the researchers found neither lowered the risk of dementia on its own. The study suggests a healthy diet may need to be accompanied by other habits, such as exercise, and research indicates cardiovascular health may be key. The American Heart Association says the key to good cardiovascular health is eating right, exercising, limiting alcohol intake, and never using tobacco products. And as always, talk to your doctor about the best ways to lower your individual risk. With this Medical Minute, I'm Jay O'Brien, ABC News.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Deny, delay, devalue. Time's on our side.
It's a serious accident. Lots of medical bills, wrecked vehicles.
Still, don't see a problem.
It's the law offices of Joe Bornstein, and they want triple what we offered, and a fair settlement now. Triple.
Call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Let's settle this one.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyou.
First eggs, now orange juice prices are soaring. Squeezed orange juice costs hit an all-time high of $10 a gallon and $6.27 for reconstituted gallons. Florida orange growers are struggling after hurricane damage that uprooted trees, along with a citrus greening disease that causes trees to shed off fruit earlier than normal. Now the Agriculture Department predicts that Florida's orange produce will decline in 2023. They expect their output to be nearly half of last year's. And we have an update on a girl who made history with the first ever permit application for a unicorn in Lemoyne. 5-year-old Brielle Hamer had her big moment in front of the Lemoyne Town Select Board last night.
You have a house that you're going to build, a rainbow house, and I see we also have...
Yes, we have a barn that used to have horses in it before we moved in.
Okay.
So we just have to paint it rainbow and clean all the stuff out of it.
Okay, okay.
You can see Brielle right there in the front row. She was certainly anxious for the discussion. The town select board was prepared as well. There was a stand-up rainbow on the round table to help offset the scene. Brielle made history, so to speak, when she wrote to the town and filed a first-ever permit application to keep a pet unicorn. The select board members commended Brielle for asking permission first before getting her unicorn. They had other questions as well.
So what do you hope to do with your unicorn?
Take it for walks, ride on rainbows with it.
Sounds cool to me.
See what its horn can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
Can my dog ride on it?
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor? You got it. You're all right. Good to go.
Well, it's clear the select board enjoyed that proceeding, with one of them even giving Brielle a handmade unicorn. They snapped a celebratory picture after the highly anticipated vote. Well, I'm not sure if there are any rainbows in the forecast, but let's check in with Devin Biggs and find out exactly what we can expect with the snow. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Friday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Here we go. We have winter storm warnings in effect, mainly along and south of Bangor, with winter weather advisories being indicated here in the purple. Both of these lasting until roughly around 5 o'clock later this evening. Farther down toward the south, we'll pull those advisories off. And this right here is a small craft advisory that is up until 7 a.m. Saturday. The winds will be stirring things up along the coast also. So we have the snow that's developing out there. Some decent snowfall in a few spots as well. And the radar is continuing to show that with maybe a few breaks from time to time too. Let's throw the radar into motion. We've been watching this filling in. And as you can tell, there's more off toward the west. The last few frames continue to show more of that snow moving in. So we'll throw everything together. What you saw before was a localized higher resolution radar. This right here is kind of the composite with everything thrown together here, and we're definitely seeing some more of this currently moving in. So that's why the thinking right now of 4 to 8 inches stands. But let's zoom things out right now. This is the big picture here with this area low pressure that's tracking off towards the north and east. Another little secondary low right about in here. Get both of these out of here. We'll calm down later on tonight and looking pretty good as we head into your Saturday. Futurecast, we're going to keep the snow going for us today. Start to back off later on tonight as we head towards Friday morning, early Friday morning. The clouds start to get out of here with a lot of sunshine, especially as we head towards Saturday. I should say Friday night the clouds start to get out of here, and the parts of Saturday morning, and that's when the clouds will start to get out of here with a lot of sunshine to start things off for your Saturday, and maybe a few clouds trying to develop yet again as we head towards Saturday night. Maybe a little bit of fog in a few spots as well. Can't be ruled out. Overall, nothing too ridiculous as we start things off for your Sunday. As for the snowfall, this is on top of what's already fallen. It's saying a couple inches here, but this might be underdoing it. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit more snow on the way as we head through the daytime period today. So either way, they'll be smart out there. The general idea is 4 to 8 inches across the area. Wave heights are up right now at around 7 to 8 foot wave heights right now. This is why some areas remain under small craft advisories at this time. And of course, temperatures, average high 27 degrees. We'll reach for the upper 20s today, lower 30s for your Sunday, middle 30s Monday into Tuesday, cooling off Wednesday, then warming back up yet again as we head towards your Thursday. Forecast for today, upper 20s, snow likely an additional 3 to 5 inches. That north wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 13 degrees, snow early, then becoming partly cloudy with that north wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 29 degrees, lots of sunshine out there, north wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour and gradually backing off. All right, your Scott's Recreation extended forecast. So we add more clouds on Sunday, mostly cloudy, highs in the lower 30s. Rain and snow showers on the way, so we head towards your Monday, highs in the mid-30s. Mid-30s again for your Tuesday, and a partly cloudy sky.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. I hope you have a great weekend.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company.